Welcome back to RCGP of America. It's round 7. We're in Southern California. That's why they're hosing, because it's a big, dirty, dusty track. We've had Q1 race already. It's been awesome.
It was beyond awesome. It was exciting as well.
A lot of that is down to this, where we're standing right now. But before we get into this, a couple of drivers that didn't even make the journey or didn't make the start. Ryan Lutz, apparently our fault.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry.
Apparently it was our fault. His low needle was too low and he's flamed.
Yeah, because he's not used to waiting for TV, but it's all about us.
And we're making him wait now because we're going to interview him in a minute. And also, Ryan Cavallari didn't make the start because he broke one of the inserts on his front arm.
And he got going about 4 laps later, so he's had a bit of practice.
He did, he's had a bit of practice. Right, shall we have a look at this thing?
Yes.
So you're going to take us around the track?
So basically, one of the reasons Ryan Cavallari didn't get to have a go at the start. Now the start grid is quite simple. You sit on, the car gets placed on here, there is a block of wood here that goes up, and then it gets pulled away, and they're off, and they go down. You fly over here. Whoa, keep going, round up here. Round this first corner, crash, 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 crash. Up this part here, and then this here. That's the whole shot marks. It's his first 2 corners. Fly over there, and the first person over there is going to win some form of prize. In RC2, the prize is actually going to be a T-shirt, and we believe it's going to be an actual, genuine cash prize for the RCGP. Now, the other thing I want to show you very quickly, first of all, you can see how much elevation there is in this track. It's absolutely amazing up and down. Look at the hole here. Look like sure want to walk out, I've got to climb up it and come down. But this is the second thing that's absolutely fantastic. It's the pole of doom. And that was put there to stop the cars from jumping across the corner there, which they were doing, to cut the track. So what they've actually done is so basically you come up there and you hit that, bang. But this is the whole thing about it. The track is all about elevation here at Thunder Alley. The up and the down is actually very much with the up and the downs of the drivers themselves. In fact, let's see the up and the downs of drivers for the first qualifying race about an hour ago. And Lutz has flamed, so we've lost Lutz from this. With 2 cars down at the start because of flaming, and they're off and away, and there's been a big accident straight away, and it looks like the whole shot's been made by, I think that's McBride's made it by the looks of it. I think McBride took it. The interesting thing is that Ongara's down in 9th, so Ongara's had a nightmare start. I'm just not used to seeing, nobody ever used to see Ongara being way at the front of all of this, so he did get mullered off the gate start. Cavallari didn't start, so Cavallari's had a problem and not started, and Lutz started with a flame. So Cavallari's car had an issue and Lutz didn't start. So 2 of the new boys, the American new boys, had disasters. Martin's been bundled down to 10th. But one Ronner Fox rolled out. Right, so 1 and 2 now are what it's all about to go around the pro line wall of death. And they've got a big, big lead after Ronner Fox's mistake. As they turn the 3 of 12 laps. So this is the battle for RCGP qualifying race 1 for round 7 here at Thunder Alley Raceway, Beaumont, California. Something we've not seen. I thought they were Ogden was getting. And he's hit the pole of doom. He's hit the pole of doom, and straight through goes Ogden. That is Cole Ogden, who's going to cross the line now to take his win in RCGP. Well, Ryan Lutz getting his first taste of RC, and his first taste of waiting ages for us to get our Volderol done. It's a new experience, and I believe we are responsible for your flame out.
I wouldn't say that, but it's just me not knowing the whole program, and it just have to learn how it all works, and we'll get it dialed in for next run. You
joined for the pit lane. You got through a couple of people, so you must have been pleased with your pace.
Yeah, I was doing okay after I got back out there. I think I went on too hard of a tire, thinking that the heat would necessitate that, but I'm going to go back to the super soft long way this run.
And you get your first go at a proper strange start.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I love gate starts. They're fun.
Right, thank you very much. Very quickly, how quick with David Ongara. David, that gate start, you were, in English, we say you were absolutely mullered. You're about 9th. What went wrong?
Yeah, I made a mistake. I touched the pipe and I take maybe the infinity, and yeah, I made one mistake and I was last. I tried to push and I finished, I think, 4th because I made a mistake on the last lap, but yeah, we are really happy about the car, and now we see.
Car's good then?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, you better go. We've kept everyone waiting far too long, but you know, the good thing about this gate start is the grid's a bit different. It's been reversed into 2 halves, and what's going to happen now is Matt McCallum is going to tell you about those 2 halves and who gets first choice on the front row of the gate for the gate start for for RCGP2 qualifying round number 2 for round 7.
Thanks, Nick. There you can see the drivers on the stand ready to go. They've been waiting for us for some time, so let's get them read off as Ryan Cavallari is going to be on pole, Lee Martin in 2, on 3 Patrick Hoffer, in 4 will be Ryan Lutz, Evan Vale will be in position number 5, Joseph Quagrain completes the first row of the gate start. Moving to the second row of the gate start, Juan Carlos Canas on 7th, 8th, Max Mort, Davide Ongaro will be on 9th, waiting for the chaos and making his way through when he can. Kyle McBride will be on 10th, David Ronefalk 11th, and Cole Ogden will be on 12th. Warm-up laps going through now. And very soon we will be positioning on the starting gate as I hand back over to Nick Damon.
Thank you, Matt. I have to point out I'm actually not as unfit as it seemed on that grid walk. It's just when I do these, I forget to breathe. I was so excited I couldn't breathe. So like Matt's off camera, but Matt can tell you we have run several 5Ks to but unfortunately you have to breathe, otherwise you sound like you are breathless. Right, this is very exciting. I'm very excited about this race. Everyone's mixed up. They've all had a go. I think the elbows could come shooting out. Be my suggestion. So it's midnight in Greece. Come on, S-Works, says Elliot Boots. Can we get closer to the gate? We'll be closer to the gate start. Don't worry about that. So we are now just running down the last 54 seconds of the warm-up. So what will happen after that is that they will come into the pits, get a top up. Remember to rev it quite a bit, because it obviously takes a bit longer to get this this cars taken out to the grid. It would normally just be put onto a simple normal starting procedure. But as they say, it is the same for everyone. And so far, significantly less complaints than I thought. I'm not quite sure everyone's in such a good mood. It can't last. This is motor racing. It never lasts. This bonhomie disappears quickly under some sort of argument. I just thank to Chris Serkis again, get me a coffee. Chris Serkis is the fantastic photographer for RCGP. And one of the advantages of being on the microphone is you can thank people for things. Okay. So there is Evelyn with the 15-second board. But before that happened, the man next to Evelyn in the RCGP start, that is David Ishwood, who, as you've seen the interview with David, is the man behind the series. And then we have the man with the stick. That is Andrew, the track owner here at Thunder Alley Raceway. So they'll be pulled out. Ryan Cavalier will get first choice, then Lee Martin, Patrick Hoffer, then Ryan Lutz, then Evan Vale, then JQ. And on the second row will be JC, Juan Carlos Canas, Max Mort, David Ongaro, Carl McBride, Ronefalk, and Ogden. I must admit, it was such chaos last time. I didn't really see what happened, but it was fantastic fun. And out they come now. So they come out in order. First out is Cavallari, giving it revs, and he'll be walking. His mechanic walks in now. Is he going to go for the inside? I really don't think inside left is the best position, because you've got to turn really sharply twice. But everyone's decided, yeah, that's interesting. Lee Martin, who had second choice, has gone for outside left, rather than inside on the right. He's gone for inside right rather than inside left. So they're now coming out. Ogden, there's a bit of a slow start for one of the cars. 92. I think that was Evan Vale had an issue stalling before we started. This time more revving like anything. 15 seconds, fill them up. Evelyn's waving the 15 seconds. The mechanics should now get out of the way or they get run over. It is very much a waved away. She's going to 5. Let's see what's going to happen here on the whole shot. And they're out of the way. Oh, Vale's not started. Vale stalled off the start, and the whole shot has been won by Lutz. So Lutz gets the whole shot. And Lutz gets the lead as well. So it's Lutz leading from Cavallari. It's an American 1-2. Third was JQ. No, it is JQ. He got Muller, but got away with it. So JQ was third. Fourth is, fourth was Martin. Now he's third. And then fifth, it's Ongaro, who's just been jumped by Canas. So some problems going on, but there it is. So Lutz leads from Cavalieri, so it's an all-American battle for 1-2 now. They come down the hill, and they're going to turn back up towards the media tent. So it's the pink and blue car of Ryan Lutz being chased down. He's from representing Beach RC, and behind him is the S-Works of Cavalieri, who didn't actually start the first column. Oh, and Cavalieri's gone. So Cavalieri's rolled it, and that puts Martin into second, and Canas said, let's have second and third on camera, please. That's the Martin, the white, blue, and orange, the all-white car of Canas, and then the Ongaro, who's currently running in fourth with his traditional bright orange wing and being waved on with a bit of a hat. Behind him, it is Cavalieri, Green, McBride, Ronafalk. Ronafalk's up to sixth. I think Ronafalk's now moving forward. Vale, Hoffer, and McBride at the back. Ogden's in fifth. So the HB guys moving forward. But what's happened now is that Martin, Canas, and Ongaro are attempting to catch back up to the leader. There you can see him there on the right-hand side of your screen. That is Ryan Lutz. And they're all taking this very difficult quad. Martin, who had a terrible run in the first two events in the Philippines and Austria, looked much better in Italy, now looks better again here. So the three of them are together. And up the inside goes Ongaro. Brilliant. Ongaro gets two of them. With a brilliant run there. Look at that. He comes down and he just comes up the inside. Look at that. What a fantastic overtaking maneuver by Ongaro. They're taking advantage of the touch together they had. Now Ongaro is streaking after Lutz. So this is where we're going to see our champion really show his class, I expect. He's got a chance to finally in open air to start attacking Lutz. Now Lutz, of course, is no slouch. This is, of course, a repeat of the battle we saw at the DXR Championship back in Easter when Ongaro led for most of the hour final till his tyres went off, and Lutz just hung on, and then just cruised past him in the last few minutes for a fantastic performance by the tall and lanky American. But we're currently looking at Ongaro attempting to chase that car. Just in the distance there is Lutz. So Ongaro, Scuderia Scampierosso, our champion. He's won every single round of the championship so far. Now, last time round, the gap between them was 1.7 seconds. Ongaro had on the fastest lap of the race. What will the gap be this time? Lutz won't crack. We know Lutz have no problem with pressure. And, in fact, he gained a couple of tenths. So that was a better lap for Lutz and Ongaro. Third place is now Cole Ogden, who's putting in a good set of results. Fourth place is Martin. Fifth place is Ronafalk. Then Cavalieri. Canas. Oh, big roll there for... That was Ogden. Ogden's now just rolled. So, Ongaro. Is he getting closer to Lutz? I'd say yes, but there's still a kind of a comfortable level for the American in this lap round. And they are at 12 laps, and we are now at... How many laps down? We're up to 5 of 12. And Ongaro that time round gained 0.4 of a second. So it's going to be one of those times. Oh, and he's got way closer there. Let's make a small mistake. And they're right into it. Oh, nearly Ongaro there as they came up and over onto the pole corner. And they're going to speed down to the infinity jump. And it's a minor mistake and like a drive out by Lutz. He's got Ongaro right in his turn over the difficult quad. They'll now try and fly right over the massive starting gate jump before swinging round the pole Proline wall of death. But it settles down again. That small loss of time. Well, it's actually a second, and Ongaro looking to see if he could come up the inside there. In fact, he's lost time, so in fact that's been a good couple of corners for Lutz as we now are just over halfway. 6 of the 12 laps gone. Now, of course, it's actually 6.5 laps. I don't count the first half lap. They're right together now in this battle of first and second in the second qualifying race of RCGP Round 7 here at Thunder Rally in the USA in California, brought to you by Proline, who are our main sponsors for the event, and of course the other sponsors: Infinity, Beach RC, S-Works, Comsport MX, HB Racing, JQ Racing, and Hot Race Reds, and Infinity as well. So, Ongaro just lost all drive then. It's a very, what actually happens? He comes up at the hill, and I think he just slap landed, just tiny bit short, and then dug in the dirt. So that's a good movement. That's a good couple of corners again for Lutz. They're down to 0.594 of a second. I'll say at this point they'll be stretching back out a second. What's actually happening is Ogden, he's a long way back, but he is bridging the gap slightly behind them. So Ogden's found some real pace now back in his home country. So Ongaro, that time round, he lost 0.8 of a second. I think he's got it in him, Ongaro, but the problem is he's chasing Lutz, who is unflappable. See, that time he hopped over, and then you can see how much time he lose, but he just fell short on that one. So you're running now, and suddenly he's gained a huge amount of time there. So there's the top section of the track. If Ongaro can get it right, he's significantly faster than Lutz. But laps are running out. They've got 3 laps after this one. And it needs to be perfect. And Ongaro has to push to try and catch up Lutz. And it's Ongaro now who brought it down by 4/10. If he can do that next lap, he'll get on the tail. There's some back marker issues coming up. But Lutz is good up the hill. And this flat section, this is where you'll see Ongaro beginning to get a bit closer. But actually that time he made a mistake himself. So Lutz looking quite good at the moment, unless he makes a mistake. Ongaro turns nicely, actually, going over the infinity and suddenly gets closer again. So it's a kind of a corner-by-corner ebb and flow between these two drivers. You know, two of the most informed drivers in the world of RC finally get to battle it out on RCGP. And we'll see them in these qualifying races. We'll see them in quarter-hour finals. And we'll also see them, of course, in the big hour main tomorrow for RCGP Round 8. So Lutz doing what he needs to do. He's got a 1 second lead. Ongaro getting closer. Ongaro getting much closer. Oh, and a slight mistake by Lutz, but he got away with it. And we are now just a lap and 4 jumps away. So they're going to have to start the last lap. So the last lap will be starting when they go past start finish. I'll show you where the start finish like. So Lutz is up now. Ongaro now. The gap is 0.7 of a second. So it's visual, as you can see, as they come down the hill. Lutz takes a wider line up the hill. Ongaro just lost a couple of tenths there. Let's switch our focus to Lutz, guys, because he's going to come over the line in front. So Ryan, if he can just take this next few corners correctly, is going to win his first RCGP qualifying race. It's only his second attempt. In the first one he's actually started, because he didn't start the first one because he flamed out. So Lutz now has one wall of death between himself and a win in RCGP qualifying race 2, and he's done it. A victory for Ryan Lutz. Second was Ongaro. Third was Ogden, who was really catching up. Ogden, a fantastic comeback there. Ronafalk 4th, so good result for HB. Lee Martin 5th, Cavalieri 6th is the runners and riders for that one. So, good stuff, and we'll leave you over to young, let's leave you to young Mr.
Stefan, for the results grid, please.
James Parry for the results, while I go and find someone to talk to.
Results grid.
So as we wait for Nick Damon to make his way to the interview area, it gives me the opportunity to go through the results one final time. In first place, we have Ryan Lutz, and in second place, David Ongaro. Third, Cole Ogden, followed by David Ronafalk in fourth. Fifth was Lee Martin. Sixth, Ryan Cavalieri. And in seventh, Joseph Quagrain, followed by position number 8, Max Moore. 9, Kyle McBride. Position 10, Evan Vale. 11, Patrick Hoffer. And last but not least, in position 12, was Juan Carlos Canes. And I believe in a moment we will have Nick at the interview area. Over to you.
Thank you, James. And, well, Ryan, you must love us now. Made you wait long enough and you won.
That's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got the whole shot. Congratulations. That's I believe at some point Jake is going to tell you what the win the whole shot gets. It could be money. It could be his ever-dying admiration. But from there, you unchallenged, apart from the fact you were challenged.
Yeah. Ongaro was catching the whole time, and then I believe it was Cole that was really gaining on both of us. So there were some fast guys right behind. I was lucky to keep it clean and happy that I did so.
It's interesting you said that Cole was gaining. Were you being told that by a mechanic, or could you see it from your peripheral vision? I kind of noticed, and I can see the whole track. I'm not staring at one car. So how did you were aware that Cole was catching?
You could just see it. Yeah, I can see most of the whole track and see where people are at, and just watching him gaining that gap on us. So he was pushing hard.
Well, you got a chance to start at the back of the next whole shot. So best luck with that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So let's have our second place man. Well, Davide, you battled your way through to second, but then you stayed there. Happy with that, or disappointed you couldn't get past Ryan?
Yeah, I was trying to pass him, but I think the tires were good at the beginning when the track was wet, but at the end when it was dry, maybe slower. And then we see now how to make on the car, and we'll see.
It's a fantastic pass when you went from 4th to 2nd. That was just great. I mean, you just going to slide. Was that just luck, or were you going for that?
No, I saw many drivers stay on the outside of the track, and I tried to stay inside, and they go. Maybe Juan Carlos made mistakes, and I pass him on the inside. So.
Thank you. We'll have a quick word. He's got Patrick. Well, the teammate is wonderful. His helmet off. Helmet off. Okay. So Patrick's coming back. So Patrick Hoffer also. Patrick, we were saying that everyone was being very nicey, and everyone's getting along. I understand you've had a bit of an incident or two during that race.
Was not a good start. I had a good start, but in the big bubble on the it's the hot race bubble. I don't know the name. There was a bubble, and the marshal put me down, and with the finger gone on my clutch and flame out. So bad luck, but I hope for a better run next time.
How did you find the hole shot, the gate start?
Yeah, it's a lucky punch. So yesterday I was one time sleeping and was last, and in the first corner I was sixth. So it's lucky. So it's fun, but it's much risk.
Patrick, thank you very much. That's Patrick Hoffer, who unfortunately got stymied by a marshal on his car. We also saw from our first two finishers. That is RCGP Round 7 qualifying race 2. In about an hour and a quarter, we'll have race 3. If anything like the action had in the first two races, it's unmissable. So if you're in Europe, you're going to have to set your alarm. If you're in America, well, just go and have watch the RC2 qualifying, have a cup of coffee, perhaps go to have a pizza. What else could you do? Have a lovely time, really. And we're back with RCGP qualifying round 3 about an hour and a quarter. We're staying on air on YouTube with the RC2 qualifiers. So you'll see you then for RCGP. Aim it now.